Greetings everyone, please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Looks like everything's booting on up. Give me a moment to activate the live chat windows. Okay, that's all good, and let me check my other computer. And it looks like everything is good to go, so let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replays. On the left side as the red French, we got Coco 1666. On the right side as the purple Macedonians, we got Noctic Corvinus 1. Pumbaa goes ahead and get eaten there. Looks like the scout took most of that damage there. So, going for nice early food. I wonder if we go for early... Oh, yep, we are going to see early professional scouts or survival techniques. We do have, of course, the, wheelbarrow also being researched by the French player, so both players going for some early gold. And this food collection should be very nice. Boar is the food source that collects up the quickest, along with deep sea fish. And with survival techniques nice and early, he should have plenty of food. When it comes to this map generation, let's see. Purple has a lot of woods behind him, none in front of him with natural cover. Got quite a bit of woods on this side of the lake. Don't know if that really means much. Shore, or some shore fish, of course, exist. I'm about to sneeze. My apologies. Sorry, sneeze did not come through. Of course, we do have a bit of silver being collected up right now. See here, up to 44 silver per minute. We do have the School of Cavalry not going up, and the Imperial Hippodrome. School of Cavalry, of course, makes your cavalry just build 20% faster. Nice. Not only the biggest, but the most important part is the fact that it is also a free stable. Imperial Hippodrome's going up, which is also a free stable, and also allows you eventually summon some free, unique, heroic, well, not necessarily heroic, elite units for a scout, then unique horseman, then the unique Radari, the Macedonians' unique cavalry. Of course, can always go with the Varangian camp. Wait. Increases your maximum population. Wait, does this provide max population? Does it count as a house? Am I reading that right? I never knew this actually acts as a house. Am I stupid? Well, the answer is yes, but I'm not going crazy, which is also yes. Varangian stronghold now being deployed on the field. Of course, it will give him access to his Varangian units, including the early Varangian Guard. Got a early Royal Knight now being deployed on the field. Bit of stone being collected up here by the Macedonian player. Does not have a drop-off point for them just yet, so I'm not sure what exactly this is meant for. So that should actually start providing the town center a bit of silver income. We do have the Varangian stronghold now being salvaged. He's going for his unique spearman. Now you're going to bother pronouncing it. We have the Hippodrome Scout, the unique scout engaging the regular scout, which does offer 5 base damage rather than 1. Royal Knight Persuade 4 does eat a bit of damage from the town center. A little more than a bit now. 42 health remaining. And this is just a Dark Age one, so it does 24 damage minus 3, so 21 damage. So 2 strikes should finish off the Royal Knight now. Another spearman there. Got a basic set of walls being established there. Bit of a combat sprint. Gets a stab there. Wipes out half of its health. Half of its remaining health. And looks like the Royal Knight will be falling back. We do have the Stronghold defensive arrow set. Upgrade all Varangian Strongholds with default arrow set placement, dealing 10 damage from 10 6-tile range. More Royal Knights being put on the field. This one I think should just be fall back and just let Chivalry eventually restore itself. Just keep it ultra defensive for the time frame. Scouts taking a bit of damage from that Royal Knight. You have now these Royal Knights heading down south for the winter. Unique Spearman here. He does have the Hardened Spearman now upgraded. So now he's up to 28 damage versus Cavalry. Effectively 25 damage per strike. So approximately 8 attacks and the Royal Knight will go down. Does take out that villager there. Royal Knight taking a lot of damage there. This just is a regular horseman. Actually, no, there's a champion. The champion horseman's right next to it. I am completely blind. Apparently, the giant glowing horseshoe is not good enough giveaway. The Hippodrome horseman does have 13 damage as opposed to 9. Big round of Royal Knights, including the wounded one. Gets a pretty good impalement there. And it does provide +2 damage to nearby cavalry, so there's other horsemen's up to 11 damage, which is quite nice. We do have a small core of archers here. He knows about the Imperial Hippodrome, probably a good idea to go for some spearmans. +1 melee infantry armor being researched. Another Royal Knight severely wounded. Good number of these Royal Knights being severely wounded. This one was pulled back. I think this one should pull back and wait for Chivalry. Chivalry is being researched. It will pay for itself, those 2 Royal Knights being restored. Assuming they go up to their full health, because it's actually it takes quite a bit of time. However, there's a number of Knights on the field to help out with getting recovery value. Scout may go down. Royal Knights can probably turn around and engage these horsemans. Pumbaa here has half of his delicious flush obtained. Remaining a nice even 1, 2, 3, 4 remaining. Another exotic doggo getting some bites there, interrupting health regen of one of these Royal Knights, but that one's already pretty much maxed out of health. Lots of health regen here. Another exotic doggo gets put down as the ATF would like. Yep, there's a lot of important health regen right now going on. Good job keeping all those Royal Knights alive. Right now, Red's only cut off 200 value, which is 2 villagers. Not 200 value, 100 value. While Purple so far killed off nothing. Absolutely nothing. Macedonian players are getting pretty close of gold to Agion up. Food is another matter. French player has a nice mix of both, but not super close either. We got cavalry armor being researched by the Macedonian. Does take out the scout. Scout is down. Not big surprise. He has gone for a dock here. A couple fishing boats is all he needs. At most 3, I would say. Because also that's how much dock can store. But to be honest, for shoreline fish, it's nothing too significant. Each one's 600 food. So effectively totaling to 240 available food there. Which you can always use villagers to help collect up as well. Villagers will collect it up the same rate as a deer. And I think fishing boats will collect the shore fish the same rate as well. Royal Knights taking some damage there. There's a good number of spearmans. Archers here to engage the spearmans. Of course, they are slightly more expensive than normal spearmen. Of course, they get additional horde bonus. They gain additional 2 attack speed for each ringing unit nearby. So right now they're, well, they keep on changing, but you can see there it goes. Actually, it has a higher attack speed when not being affected by the bonus. No, that's interesting. No, wait, horseman's 1.75, right? What was spearman? I can't remember. There's a Varangian camp. Does provide 10 population. Also only costs 50 wood, so you probably should go with that for something much sooner. Archers taking some damage there. We do have some fishing boats being pulled in the field. It's gone fishing. There is this scout there. We do have the Hippodrome Radari up on the field. His own heavy category, which in this age does have 4 base melee armor, which is quite significant. So it's up to 5 melee armor, which will resist a decent amount of the Royal Knight's damage of 20, so it'll be 15 damage per attack. Reduce the damage received by 25%. Archers gain +1 range damage now. Probably should have gone for that a little bit sooner. First Baron House almost has enough gold to age on up, going for 2 more Royal Knights, a couple more archers as well. Got a lot of the Hippodrome units, a scout, a handful of horsemen, and a lot of spearmans. Maybe we've got to split the spearmans in 2 separate groups. One push this way, while another one push this way. We'll go on this side. Try and go for a bit of a pincer. There's a nice bit of stabbing there. I wonder if Hippodrome Radari counts as a Varangian unit. I actually have no idea. Not like if it does, it doesn't. One unit will make a big difference in the increased attack speed. We do now have... Oh yeah! French has +1 population for their docks. I forgot about that. We got a fire ship here. We're gonna be tasked way over there. You can't... Oh! There was actually a bit of an angle there. And manually detonates, unsuccessful. If he was quick enough to draw, actuality, there is water right there, so the fire ship could have been tasked right there. If you look on the mini-map here, that is traversable water. We've got the Royal Institute now being pulled in the field, which gives access to effectively an early university. At least provides all the French unique technologies early and cheaper, including Imperial Bloodlines. We do have +2 cavalry armor being researched. Another fire ship. I wonder if he gets properly rallied. Nope. Oh, the fishing boats are stuck out at sea. When I see them in a little pond. It's not such a good idea for one of these guys to swim out and try to torch one to destroy it, because they may not look like there's definitely a crew there. Second off, heavy armor is actually heavy. It's really hard to swim with armor on. Borderline impossible, because it's effectively lead weights. We do now the Golden Horn Tower, which for the Macedonians is a defensive placement with crossbow garrisons. But what if the garrison units provide crossbow shots? But haven't been able to confirm that yet. Maybe I did and I forget about it. Horseman, push right forward. Nice engagement there. Horsemen could try to peel around and hit those archers. Some of the Royal Knights are going down. Purple has a higher destroyed value. Purple also has, or red has 10 more villagers at the moment, because the French do just build villages faster. Their town seems to work as a little bit faster per age. Now Gambersons being researched, increasing the Arbiter's armor by 5, effectively making them to a soft, if not hard, counter spearmen. Bonehorn Tower, of course, does pull out free crossbowmans, which is probably pretty good versus the French. Royal Knight's pretty much a staple of unit of theirs. We do now have the veteran spearmans. Hippodrome horsemen being rebuilt. Royal Knights heading up north, getting some excellent health regen from Chivalry. Well, basic line of walls there. Let's see, if I'm going to the gold deposit, I think I forgot to mention the gold deposits. Some of the deer have been obtained. But we've got a couple, 3 smalls up north and a couple smalls down south. 3 smalls down south, no larges. Pretty even split, and of course both sides just generally just open ground. Very contestable. And red is collecting up some delicious venison down south. Oh, got some axe throws there. I forgot about the Radaris can throw axes. I guess a Hippodrome Radari can't throw axes either. Switch to throw axes, dealing 15 damage, or maybe it's just a ability they... no, he can't switch that. For some reason I thought it was like a Donzo's javelin throw. You have more of delicious Pumbaa being obtained there. We do now have the Romptia, Varangian guards, and Radari equip more powerful Romptia swords, increasing light infantry damage to guards and Varangian guards by 3, and just general damage to Radari by 3. Makes Varangian guard a bit more of an anti-light killer, which could make it very useful in dealing with archers. Wait, anti-light, that means also good against horsemen, right? It just says increasing, no, light infantry. Looks like I got another spam bot. Do not interact with it. Though the message is quite butchered. Royal Knights pursuing these Radari. Crossbowman gains good damage. Radari getting picked on off, or should I say Arbaletiers. Radari up north gets the upgrade. It effectively gives them a bit of armor piercing versus the Royal Knights. Royal Knights right now have 26 damage. Radari have right now 29 damage. 243 health. Fast attack speed. Imperial Bloodlines, so it's really hard to say who's actually will come out ahead between the two at this exact moment. But they're very comparable. Charge attacks doesn't matter, since the Radari don't have charge attacks. Crossbowmen firing away. Looks like mostly hitting archers at the moment. Varangian War Camp set to Radari. Varangian Stronghold taking some damage now. We do have level 3 horse armor being researched. Radari heading down south. We got a good number of villagers as well as a couple Arbaletiers. Let's take out one of them there. We do have a keep here to help him keep his land. We do also have, of course, the Influence Aura. No enlistment sentence, that's Age 4 technology. What is available at the Royal Institute, though? No, it's not. No, it is. Maybe a good idea to get this early. I mean, it's relatively cheap, and it's also going to be cheaper. What a good idea to go for early enlistment incentives, since he is going to be building around the keep there. Fishing boats obtaining more fishies out at Nazi. Radari push forward, engage some of these villagers now. Royal Knights charge way forward, get some good impalements there. Radari do have a faster movement speed, thanks to nearby champion. This applies the increased damage. Oh, that's increased damage. Oh, do Rodari just always have a bit more speed? Maybe I'm just a little bit forgetful. We got cavalry damage and the range damage now being researched. Arbiters move around. We'll find some Rodari. Rodari has taken a bit of damage. We've got more Rodari here. Shivered against good health regen. Unique Spearman's engaging. I hear a relic picked on up. Red has picked up a relic. I think right now Rodari will beat the Royal Knights in 1v1 combat due to their higher base damage, or higher, yeah, just higher damage right now. 30 damage versus, well, that old guy has plenty of charge attack right now. Versus 26, not to mention the Rodari have higher attack speed, though they do have less health at the moment. But the higher base move speed is very important, I would say. Spearman now engaging. Purple's backing on off. Archer's taking a bit of damage there. Royal Knights charging way forward. Got good number of spear mix on in. Backline units just trying to push the way forward. Royal Knights taking a bit of damage across the front line. Arbiters push forward. Got a rune stone here now been pulled in the field. Very important. Though they're going to get away from it pretty quickly. When I say very quickly, I mean very quickly. The radius of the runestone is very, very small, to say the least. Royal Knights engaging, standing their ground. Arbiters power down past there, passively increasing their range armor. All the Rodari has gone down. A couple of the Royal Knights charging way forward. There's a handful of crossbow here to start a step away from them. Probably a good idea to go for a large number of horsemen for the Macedonian player to deal with all the Arbiters. Mangonels could be a good option as well. Red Fire's going for a Trebuchet. Red has obtained one relic and picked up a second. Crossbow and push way forward. Trebuchet firing away somewhere down south as the Golden Horn Tower is being hit. Does have 30 damage per shot, which is pretty good. It's basically half of Arbiter emplacement. I still don't know if it gets Garrison, it gets more of the crossbow emplacements, or it gets regular arrows. It does get one of the villages there. These guys do have 7 range armor. The outpost has 8 damage, so they're doing 1 damage per strike. So you can probably take his time and start torching that down. Cracking it open to get the nice soft interior. So far, Purple's killed off 20 villagers. Red's only killed off 3, which is quite a significant difference. Red is still ahead, does have double town center at the moment. Got a pile of villagers there. Looks like we're repairing up the Golden Horn Tower now. They're out of delicious medicine for there to obtain. I think one of the champions Hippodrome units have gone down there. Champions fallen. +4 cavalry armor now being researched. Arbiteers gunning down some of these villagers. No Hippodrome Force in the moment, so gonna go Hippodrome Horseman, just gives +2 damage to all nearby cavalry. Double trebuchets engaging the Golden Horn Tower. Villagers taking time to repair it up. We'll take a decent amount of wood. Macedonian player does not have too much of wood reserve though. Got these starting engage. He does pass a large amount of passive. Right now, these arbiters have 8 melee armor, so the spearmen currently are potentially pushed away forward. Have 10 damage. They only do 2 damage per attack against the arbiters. That's not great. That's effectively makes the arbiter a counter unit to the spearmen. The horsemen still pose a problem for the arbiters, but they also have pretty good armor to resist the range damage multiplier, but you're now effectively nullifying that aspect. And with the passive out in the field, they get additional 4 range armor, 5 range armor, increasing these guys up to 7 range armor, effectively make them bulletproof against the unique archers, who have right now each damage. Good number of villagers there. There is a bit of silver here, nothing too significant at the moment. But as they start cleaning up more, he may need to get arsenal to help refine that silver to income. And 4 horsemen being pulled up by a Macedonian player. Got another keeping established by red. Got a good number of villagers here to help out with that. French player has plenty of food and wood, not a lot of gold at the moment. Purple's not going far forward to keep as well, help him keep the land. You guys obtained 3 relics and picked up the other 2, so red probably has all 5 relics. Probably need another mosque built. Another Hippodrome Horseman and Hippodrome Radari now being employed in the field. Bunch of resources. Looks like red is trying to go for the keep and mining placement there. Got purple's keep up and running here, going for an arsenal. Yep, no arsenal near the town center, so it's not providing any silver income. A number of villagers went down there. Villagers do take a couple hits there. Spearman push away 4. Of course, oh, there's some buddies there to help him out. Getting some damage on those Royal Knights there. A handful more Spearmans are there. More walls trying to go on up. Trebuchet here. We do now have the +1 infantry melee armor, +3 cavalry damage, and +1 melee infantry damage not being researched with military academies as well. I think that was a fire ship, right? Fishing boats went down. There's still some fishes here. Actually, at most, going for one more fishing boat's probably not a horrible idea. One, after all, it'll be 75 wood to get about 600 food. Yeah, one fishing boat would be adequate. Trebuchets engaged in keep once again. We got a good number of horsemans, archers, and crossbowmans. A couple spearmans mixed on in for purple. Red right now is going for standard arbaletiers and royal knights. More passives there for more passive effects. Which of course makes them directly invulnerable. Right now these arbiters going to be hard for archers and the spearmen displays. Force them to do some good work done. It does move away some of the passives. They do have an AoE effect around them, so you don't have to deploy out all the passives to make it good usage. Purple is now ran out of stone. Spearman does go on down. Horsemen sort of fall back. Does start taking out some of the trebuchets in the back line. All the horsemen do go down. Royal Knights push way forward. Another trebuchet goes down there, and all the Royal Knights will be picked on off, leaving 2 trebuchets remaining. So we got Mangonel here to help out. Probably a good time. Try to Alt-Tab and delete that message there. Probably should have done that a bit of time ago. We got a large number of forms being established. A little bit exposed though. Nice push forward, taking some damage though. A lot of free damage. Artillery are firing away. The French player, oh, just saw him. Yeah, he just invested a big military force there. He was pretty close to aging up, but he decides not to. The Macedonian player is very far from aging up as well. Both sides have similar destroyed value, but Red has a far more army value. Right now with the Macedonian player, just a healthy number of horsemen is probably a good idea. Spearmen would be nice, except the Arbiters can counter them. Let's take out some more of these villagers. Down south, we do have another round of spear straight forward. Does get a good amount of damage on that trebuchet. Double mangonel straight forward. Stones a couple arbiteers of death. Good hits there. Trebuchet is firing away. Does take out another mill. Bit of barrage there. Mangonel splashes one of those arbiteers. Big engagement here. Mangonel hits infantry units, which is okay. Mill's going down. I suppose the trebuchet can start hitting farms. The spearmen are being picked on off. Purple's having trouble maintaining a front line. Has a much smaller military force in both value and in numbers. Now some of these expensive siege weapons will be going on down. Who has an eye for a red palace up here? Pretty good spot for it. Macedonians are not really super close to aging up. When it comes to gold on the map, red palace will help protect this gold deposit. It has 2,000 gold remaining. This one still has 1,500, so 4,000, about 8,000 gold up north. Looks like all the gold down south has been claimed, so red's gonna have plenty of gold, not to mention all the relics. The red palace here will provide immense sphere of influence. Purple and plenty out Creoscypher. No, Creoscypher is actually not exactly resilient versus the red palace. You have to get trebuchets out to deal with that. Misses the red palace there. That's a lot of farms. E-I-E-I-O. Most of the villagers are migrate up north. They do travel in herds. Purple spot the gold mine not currently being utilized. Not realizing the red palace where it's at. And got elite arbiter being researched. Incendiaries would be a good idea, but right now he is lacking gold. Archers do get a good volume of these veteran horsemen who have right now 7 armor. Archers right now have 13 damage. They're doing about 5 damage per attack against the horsemen, or should I say 6. These guys are being picked on off Mangonel as well. Capital is being garrisoned. Forces have the Arbalist emplacement help out, which is a pretty good emplacement. But there's a lot of targets in front of them. It is a target-rich environment for the capital right now. All the Royal Knights are inside there, and look at all the health. Elite Arbalist does get another melee armor, so they have 9 melee armor. So the Spearmen doing even less damage now. We also got the Keep of Your Firing, which has its own Arbalist emplacement. Red should be fine on defense. Purple's collecting up stone. Up north, Horseman gets picked off by the Keep and the Arbalist emplacement. These Royal Knights are probably pretty healthy at the moment. See no more pluses there. I think all those pluses have... Oh wait, no, I'm out of... Purple lost vision of it, so... Red got a good amount of health regen on these forces. Trebuchets engaging the Red Palace. This is a landmark. It takes wood to be repaired. He does have 1,200 woods. But he's not repairing it. Would've, could've, should've. Another Keep down south. A large number of trebuchets and migrate up north. Red Palace now being repaired. Royal Knights push forward, impaling some of these villagers now. Red Palace has gone down, leaving those roads very exposed. Crossbow firing away. Royal Knights going for the trebuchets. Multiple trebuchets are going down. Royal Knights heading up north. Up north, got some forces up here. Belgians need to evacuate to the keep. Red's trying to back away from that keep there. Red hopefully has gone for tithe barns. Not yet. Not enough gold really for it, and it costs us 500 golds. Royal Knights push way forward. Some trebuchets start to go on down. Royal Knights trying to engage these trebuchets. We'll be knocking them out. Arbiteers push way forward, getting some damage done. Hippodrome Scout does go down. Hippodrome Horseman will escape on back. Wrestling player has a nice mix of resources, but all of them not too high. Of course, he's down in age. He's fighting against elite Arbiteers and elite Royal Knights. Do not have tithe barn research as well as more farming. The French player should try to squeeze out incendiary arrows. Level 4 melee damage being researched by the Macedonian player. Yeah, we get a lot of level 4 stuff going in this age. The keep is being garrisoned and being back on the far side. Arbiters can lay down the passives. The passive now look at the +5 range armor to resist a lot of the keep arrows, but effectively make them bulletproof or melee proof against these spearmen. They right now have 12 damage with the gambits right now they're at 9. So they only take 3 damage per attack. They could get an additional melee armor, right? Yep, they can. Got these forces moving around. Palatine School now being researched. Which of course gives them access to invest silver into groups of cataphracts. Spearmen sort of push their way forward. Royal Knights get some damage there. Royal Knights pursuing these horsemen. Got both these outposts like nothing at the moment. Horsemen will be going on down. Macedonian players now aged on up. The Palpatine School will provide 3 cataphracts for 750 olive oils, or should I say silver. 20 seconds not too terrible for build rate either. Group of cataphracts now being deployed on the field. They will be elite. Elite horsemen and elite archer being researched along with elite spearmans. With all the trash units, he does not have much gold alone. In fact, he has no access to gold. He has one sacred site. That's all of his gold income, all 100 gold per minute. He has no access to relics at the moment, so yeah, he has to rely solely on trash units and whatever silver income he has coming in passively. This is providing 190 at least. There's a couple, probably another one nearby here. Yep, this one's probably 191. This school has complete access to all the gold. He has at least 3 crossbowmen coming on out. Elite crossbows probably not a good idea. Let's see, there's an arsenal nearby to take a look at what other upgrades he could get. Oh, did he get level 1 building armor? Looks like he has gotten level 1 building armor. French cannon backs on off. Arbiters in good numbers. No incendiaries just yet. Very nice charging around. We have now the elite spearmen straight forward into those royal knights and arbiters. Spearmen do get cleared on up. Got incendiary arrows now being reached by the French player. Looks like a French player is in a very good position, has nearly twice, or has more than twice the value on the field. Macedonian player has very little gold, has a decent amount of silver income at least, but that's about it that's going for him. Elite cataphracts, do they come up with any upgrades? Elite cataphracts, because they have trample. They of course get +2 damage. They have right now 32 base damage, +6, so 38 damage is pretty good. They have good health. Overall, just a good heavy cavalry at the moment, but simply just not really spammable. They're a supplementary unit. These archers probably should be utilizing the unwavering focus a little bit more against these royal knights. More spearmen being put field. Royal Knights charging way forward. Capital here. Merchant guilds researched by the French. We also got some horsemen over here raiding around some villagers. Purple so far killed off 111 villagers. Red is going to kill off 38. And Red is in a much better position at the moment still. Red does have less villagers at the moment, but that's not too big of an issue. Right now, more military force will probably be generally better. We started getting some horsemen on the field, I'd say. French horsemen still pretty good. Traders gonna go on down. We do now have the each ringing unit that is present at the destruction landmark will reward the player a silver boon, which is nice, but the only landmark you reliably do that's probably the Red Palace, and the ringing units will disintegrate near it. Now, upgrade's probably not worth the end. Does cost 500 silver, not too terribly expensive. That's half a minute's worth of income. Though he has lost some mines, he's down even less now. Royal Knights push way forward. Impale some of these horsemans. Cataphracts trampling the way forward to the Royal Cannon, or just French Cannon. Royal Knights focus on to fall back. Free crossbow doing quite well. Both sides losing a significant amount of force. Village trying to repair up this keep. Down over here, we do have these horsemen still trying to get some work done against these traders, but they're slowly being whittled down by all the attrition. Oh, wait, what? I don't think the fresh players should have backed out of the game. The Sand Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Yeah, I think the French player backed out of the game a little bit too soon there. Either way, let's see. Well, let's go to this one here. Oops. My mouse still occasionally double clicking. Land, mega random. I think it's this one. Yep. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. As well on bottom right side as the Red Roost, we have a foreign name. As well on top left side as the Pink Delhi Sultanate, we got Aime Satu. Satu. I have no idea how to pronounce that. This map is mega random, so let's take a moment to take a look at the map. For nearby, for pink, we got gold deposits, berries for the improved berry, more gold and berries here. Oh, got the black sheep of the family right there. More gold deer here, next to exotic doggo. Oh, line of mountainsides here. Look at the mini-map. This area appears to be intraversable for quite a bit. Though, while this game doesn't really have high ground advantages for combat, they do have high ground advantages for sites, so maybe an outpost here could be very fun. But pink will likely not be traversing this way all too much. This area is a little bit landlocked, and what the hell is this? Okay, this looks incredibly buggy. Yep, can see underneath the water there. And look at the map. This appears to be traversable land. This is not traversable land. So mega random bugginess. For red, let's take a look at red. We got a large number of abandoned structures. We got abandoned outposts, got an exotic doggo nest, 2 of them. We got a nice merchant camp here for red, pretty securable. Got a nice solid land border. We got 3 sacred sites center. This appears to be not traversable based on seeing the mini map. So, and not a bunch of trees here and there. Red has 2 free sacred sites. That's interesting. Got a Lost Ronin camp. Wait, was this a merchant? Yeah, that's merchant. We got a Lost Ronin here. We got another merchant camp here. Red is obtaining. Which, for those, just remind people, is 15 of each resource for every minute. So, 45 resources per minute. Effectively capture this as 1 villager. And this is hyper securable by red. This appears to be traversable. No, it looks like the minimap that looks gray. So this appears to be not traversable there. That's hard for me to say. Don't the faith is now going on up. This map feels very in favor of red, to say the least. We do have 2 trade posts here. This one's only really usable for pink. Both of these are usable for red. Got the Kremlin going on up. Let's see. No, actually, the Kremlin's relatively rare nowadays as well. With our caster vision, this is actually a horrible spot for the Kremlin. Because we know this is entirely landlocked, looks like. Yeah, with our cast vision, this appears to be landlocked. I wasn't paying attention to what the scouts were like when they were moving around. But I suppose this means it's going to be very hard for Annihilation victory since you have to push inland to get towards it. And it will help prevent harassment of the merchant camp at the sacred site. It will inherently protect the sacred site as well. Yep. Dome of the Faith is now going on up. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. Lost Ronins. I always forget, Lost Ronins, they're heavy infantry, but they have low armor, right? Can't remember what their stats are. And we got some exotic doggos, very bitey infantry. The very bitey one has armor, range armor, and melee armor, and 7 damage. Wait, did they get buffed? I thought it did hide. I thought it only had 3 damage. Looks like they got buffed now. Pack wolf. Yep, we got some couple pack wolves here. And large number of pack wolves being summoned. I suppose at least the militia can still be... It spawns at the town center, not at the Kremlin. So the town center still has defense from the Kremlin. And does, of course, act as a wooden fortress, so he has improved wood drop-off, which is... This one is not a wall section wood. This one, I would like to see the red player not collect it up. Though seeing there's no sheeple there, I think neither player scouted out. This appears to be traversable there as well. Let's see now, got some Ghazi Raiders not being put in the field. Number of bargain bin scholars, 2 scouts for the Rus. Secondary town center by the Rus player with a wooden fortress being established. Very nice. Scout engaging scout. Looks like the boar is trying to gore. Wait, Red? There's another Lost Rodent camp here. They do. It takes time for charges to be accumulated, so I wonder if the recruiting Ronin charges go faster if it's captured. If neutral, it just is slower. I actually don't know the exact mechanics of the Lost Ronin. Then again, they probably, in order to Lost Ronin to make a way there, they probably have to be lost in the first place. In course, Deli Summit going for power of research, going fast forward a little bit more. Scholars are advancing. The two sacred sites is in. Oh wait, I just realized it's 2 sacred sites effectively in control of red. Let's see, can they? Oh, that is traversable. Okay, there is some traversement there. A lot of exotic doggos there. Okay, so this area is. Okay, I was mistaken. That is traversable land. Am I? With my defense, it's really hard for me to see if that's traversable or not because that looks. Not traversable. Then again, light blue is traversable, isn't it? I'm an idiot. Oh well. As long as the Kremlin's here, this gold deposit is secure. Yeah, I forgot. Light blue is traversable by land and ground. Dark blue is not traversable. So yeah, there's plenty of traversable pathing there. So this is also a little bit buggy. So, yeah. Got some basic walls there. Good number of Ghazi Raiders. Militia, of course, inherently counter cavalry. Got some farms here. Shame that this guy doesn't change color as well. Or that's a lady, I think. Good number of spearmans. Couple stables being deployed in the field. Archer range going on up. Exotic doggo biting the infantry. The village, I should say. And these wolf dens are getting a nice little pack there. 5 pack wolves doing 7 damage each. Their attack speed is relatively quick as well. They are classified as infantry, but I don't think they actually have the infantry typing, so I don't think they get bonus damage from anti-infantry damage. Ink going for some walls up here to keep this area secure. Has 2 secret sites captures that will give him 250 gold per minute. Very nice. Red at least has the central not VP, secret site remaining despicably neutral. Oh, some berries here. So this area appears to be no light blue, so these areas still appears to be completely impassable. This area is now looks like it appears to be passable. basic walls there, so red has walled off some of those directions, as well as right here. This place is a hard barrier. 2, now soon to be 3 lost run. I guess the first charge just takes extra time while I prevent rushes. Can't have the Russian player rushing. They're Russia, not Rush B. House of Learning being deployed on the field by the other summit, so aging on up. The Roost player is far from aging up, but does have 2 town centers going. So the Roost player doesn't have too much food and gum. I wonder if he has found a lot of hides for trade bounties. That's actually back on off out of caster vision. Take a look at the Roost player. Does not have tier 2 yet. Pretty close to it. Nowhere near close to tier 3. Of course, with Pink aged up, he should be able to pick up the relics if he finds them all. Let's see. Pink has now picked up 3 relics. Relic number 4 is here. Baseball. Oh, Pink has picked up the 4th relic, so 4 relics picked on up. Pink is eyeing for the 5th relic. There is a Wooden Fortress here, has arrow slits, or being upgraded with arrow slits. Spearman engaging the exotic doggos, does put them down. Now the exotic doggos pop on out. And there's 150 gold there. A nice little bump there. He has enough gold to age on up. Got some early Roost nice deployed on the field. Or not so early, I should say. You have some war elephants now being deployed on the field. He captures this sacred site there. It looks like Pink does have professional scouts research and grabbing some delicious pieces of venison. We have over here, yep, the exotic doggos going on down. High trade house being procured is going for castle turret. This is a very good upgrade. I think it's being upgraded over here. Torching down the wolf den. Power research by Pink. Royal Knights moving around. Do got a pile of units here. We're now 40 versus 24. Pink has a higher value of units in the field. Has some man at arms on the build queue as well. Roost players now aged up. High trade house was established down here. That's 28 trees, so not great. Also, high trade house should have been established right there. That would provide some pretty good income and should be secureable enough. Going for some regular hunting cabins as well. Yeah, the high trade house should have been planted in the middle of all that. Maybe horse archers would be pretty nice for the Roost player right now. Against the Sultanate, both war elephants and town elephants could be a bit of a problem, so spearman focus would still be a great idea. Siege engineers now being researched by the Delhi Sultanate player. We got 7 charges of militia can be summoned, which might be used now. And if Roost is going to age up, the high trade house is going, or not high trade house, the high tower, or would be very nice for the cheaper siege weapons, since this area is very choky. It'd be great for both Springald's and Mangonels. Though the Spritz, like once again talking about choke points, the Spritskaya tower wouldn't be half bad for that as well. Kremlin taking a bit of damage there. It is for, of course, a fully upgraded wooden fortress. Spearman's here with the horrible spear design of an axe. Spearmen do pop on out, hitting some of the War Elephant now. Based on the markets available, I think the Roost player could go for some trade caravans and keep it very secure. Won't have any advantages for trade, but at least be very easy and secure, and be a good idea to get at least a handful of that going. When it comes to gold in the map, there's a small gold deposit here, large here, small over here. Pink has a good amount of small gold deposits. I think Pink has more gold deposits available to him at the moment. There's no gold deposits down south for the Roost player, so yeah, the Roost player has less access to gold. So I think going for some early traders wouldn't be half bad. You can just always just go for a small number. At maximum range, they are, I think, more efficient than a gold miner. So a max, and this is going to be maximum range here. So even if without any benefits to trade, it'll still be a good traders. That's a choke point. Ugh. This map. Choke point's going to be a bit of a problem, particularly for Pink, as well as for Red pushing out. Maybe one of these players should eye for a wonder victory with seeing how many choke points are on the map. High armor going up for the Roost player. Excuse me. Both his H4 landmarks are good for choke points. Yeah, I think the Roost player should eye for a wonder victory, seeing how this map is shaping out to be. Switch Gaia Tower would have been very nice to get some stone walls, but again, elephants. A number of spearmans are here. 5 charges of militia. Looks like he's reason to use some of the charges. I see none there. 1 war monk for a bit of healing. The Kremlin's taking a bit of damage. But a good idea to spawn the militia at the last moment. We will have a 6th charge available to him soon, so that'll be up to 12 militiamen he can summon. Oh, there's some militiamen. Got a good number of spring gulls there, which will be good against all these mage troops. The spring gulls were a great choice in this more choke point style map. Help them push through these war elephants. The Deadly Assault is pretty far away from aging up in matter of gold. Has almost enough food. Villagers trying to clear out the Kremlin now. We've got 90 villagers with 60. The elephants are bashing their head against the Kremlin. Trebuchet engaged into the hunting cabin, apparently. Got 18, 22, and 17 gold per man. Nice bit of gold stockpile, which is important for the Roost player at this moment. It's a great time to get more hunting cabins. Yeah, seeing how limited amount of gold deposit has aside, more hunting cabins would be a good call. Pink has gone for capture all 3 landmarks, going for a keep here. Something was aggravated there. Could have been a boar. Well, the idle villagers are a little bit idle. The boar was a bit of a boar. We now have elite army tactics and Palace Assault being put on field. Bombarding away. Warrior Monk killing up some of these forces, very nice. But I don't. Oh, you can. With the Warrior Monk can heal up militia? What if that's actually a bug? Because most time militia units in Age of Empires games can't be healed like that. increase damage by 20% for bombards, and bombards do plus 50 damage versus infantry. Effectively make them more reliable to one-shot infantry. Right now these are doing 55 plus 50, which will one-shot crossbowmen, archers, and all that sort. We got a big pile of research for pink once again. This is aged on up. Adjustable crossbars. Gunpowder elephant on the build queue. These hunting cabins have gone down. Got 12 militia. Militia, I believe, do receive automatic age up benefits. I'm not sure where they are at the moment. That means the militia... Oh, there's militia. That militiaman's at 0 health. Yeah, they do have decent stats this age. Bombards hitting the keep there. Spearmen straight forward. Gonna have archers and springolds to stop the spearmans. Magnal being employed in the field. Very nice. It will help counter barrage these archers. Gains great hits. He does have adjustable crossbars. Spearmen engaging the elephants. Elephants trying to go on down. Bombards engaging the springolds. Right now, red does a higher destroyed valor while taking out elephants. Elephants are expensive. They're very population efficient, just very expensive. He is going for spy glasses. We do now have greased axles and plus 3 melee armor being researched by red. That's a good amount of gold income at the moment. He still has access to gold inside the map, like that one right there, though that one's almost depleted. Bombards forward, trying to hit the keep. The keep is severely damaged. Has not researched village fortress, that could be interrupted. It does have other keeps back at home. So we're going to push right forward. Spearman engages some of these villagers. Pink right now has a lot less villagers than red. This is the big thing that's really keeping red in the game. However, Pink does have 4 relics. Looks like red found 2. Looks like this map had 6 relics in the field. Great Mangonel barrage there. And Pink does have 3 sacred sites there, which of course does have increased gold income. So Pink does have a good amount of passive gold. So does red though. We got now the Spearman straight forward over on the Tower Elephants, Gunpowder Tower Elephants. Magnus seeing some of these archers, knocking out a good formation of them. Red looks like he's about ready to break out the containment. Has no bombards to help bombard this keep, which is on fire. Those trying to go on down there. 6 site, 4 minutes till 6 site victory, but looks like red will get decaptured. And we also got a siege workshop here going down. Gold deposits still has plenty of gold for red to obtain. And the crown could be repaired. This task and maybe 4 villages forward to get it repaired on up. Incendiaries and biology being researched by Pink. Six-Eye is reverting back. Red is not decapturing it. Now he's decapturing it. And pushing forward to cross down this strait. I don't know if this is good or bad idea. Right now, Pink does not have anything to capitalize on a choke point like Spring Golds. But this is going to be a nasty pass right there. Because this is very tight. Then you got this, which is questionable. And this appears to be 100% traversable. There may be spots where it's not traversable there. I have no idea. And down over here, archers being overran. Villagers heading towards to build a keep and mining camp. Spearmen engaging tower or war elephant. Red has aged on up. Is now finally going for Charlotte Sea. Has a good number of spearmen. Magno gets a bit of damage there. Red's starting to break out the contain. Bombards engaging bombards. Let's take out bombard. Mangonels get a bit of splash hits there on those archers. Spearmen still doing some good work, even though they're questionably using their axes. Mangonels doing a good job hitting the archers. Mangonels, of course, a great counter versus range. Spearmen, of course, a good counter to cavalry. So red has a bit more of a counter force. You got the counter cavalry, the counter range, and you got the counter building, which also does bonus damage versus elephants. But 100 damage versus elephants is nice. Not perfect, since it'll take 9 hits to take out a single elephant. Spearmen, however, probably be a little bit better in that aspect. Tower elephants start to go on down. Wooden Fortress does get complete there. Probably going to go for the Castle Watch, I think, first. Gunpowder Elephant push way forward. Going for a bit of drive-bys. Archers engaging this area. Questionable movement. They are going around this little bit there, so this might be not traversable. I have no idea. Villagers are bringing up those units. Maybe Red can start obtaining some of the rears to the front line. Various buildings there. Forward barracks being employed in the field. A large number of forward barracks. And going for some palisades. Fortified palisade walls. Significant gunpowder, village fortress, and court architects being researched by Pink. Pink has larger military force field. Similar armor value. This is slightly in favor of Pink. Granted, I think this is also a little bit inflated. Got 38 scholars. Though the research is almost complete, so the scholars can be sent to the front line. Ensure our way to victory. Getting some hits up here. Spearmen pursuing the archers. Red may want to go some fortified palisade walls here. Magnolis getting some hits there, but most in water seems like. Red's bombards are gliding away. Pink has some bombards here as well. Now the village fortress is almost complete. We've got siege works on being researched. Got these guys healing up these elephants. That is a large number of barracks being pulled on the front line. The Roost Player has plenty of wood and food. No traders at the moment. Magno stoned some villagers to death. Pink is still lacking a significant number of villagers. So it's probably what's going to do Pink in having that little economy. Half the villagers. And of course, it's lost all the sacred sites there. Elephants getting some healing there. Charles C. 24 getting some damage going. Oh, as well, 25 villagers idle. There's what, 25 villagers here? That means even less economy for the Deadly Soulman player. At this rate, it's going to be a guaranteed loss for the Deadly Soulman player if he has that many villagers idle. Trying to go for more stone, which getting more keeps would be nice. The problem is, he's out of food, he's low in gold, and low in wood. He has plenty of stone for more keeps. But that would be defensive, not offensive, and it'll take a bit of time before they start paying for themselves. And the Roost Player has been going quite heavy bombards this game. Has none in the field at the moment, but 4 more on the build queue, 3 more Mangonels. He has 48 Spearmans in the build queue. Red has now a Sacred Site victory counting down in his favor. Keep taking some damage. Pink has a keep there. Spearman push right forward. Number of scholars there becoming extra holy by the Spearmen. Some trolls in the back line firing away. Got some elite lancers being put on the field. Of course, the amount of Spearmen in the field is probably a good idea not to go for those guys. Still probably a good idea to go for a good number of archers. Power elephants probably wouldn't be half bad either, due to high quality. Right now, the Deadly Soulman player is just lacking food and wood. Yeah, I think that at this point in time, Deadly Soulman is just running out of steam. He's already been running out of steam. Red right now has a decent amount of food, has a pretty good wood resource float. Spearman now falling on back. We got these Spearmen push way forward. Bombards are, of course, in the choke point. Gold deposits being obtained. Can't say how much gold is obtained by each player, but Red has a good number of villagers there. Pink is trying to go another 4 keep there. Pink is starting to break out the contain. Villagers starting to be gunned on down. Down south. Red's backing on off down the choke point. Red lost a good number of villagers here. Economy-wise, still has plenty of resources to work with. He has gone for a healthy number of traders now. Each one is 73 gold. That is a good trade path. So gold-wise, he should be fine for now. He has how many traders at the moment? Approximately 12. There's still gold inside the map for him to obtain as well. No final gold technology though. Do you have now code architects being researched by Red? Red's now going for a healthy number of Streltsy. Spear infantry forward. Pink is still holding on. Has more wood and food last time I checked, but then again, 50 was also probably the least we'll ever see. Gunpowder Elephant's going for a decent number of drive-bys. Spear's gonna fall back. Streltsy firing away. Elephants do have good amount of range armor, 14, so will resist decent amount of Streltsy. The melee attack sort of threw me off. Right now they're in 38, so 14 range armor means they will do 24 damage per attack. There's still a decent amount for the elephants, but not a massive amount. The spearmen in return, for example, if they manage to get a melee attack off, will do 16 plus 32 plus 7, which is a good amount. But of course, they have to be in melee range. Wait, plus 39 versus Worker Elephant. I don't remember seeing that one. Has that always been there? That seems higher than torch damage. Is that close? I'm just going to let it be. It's like, I'm just going to assume that's balanced. Wait, 39 versus Work Elephant. That means Work Elephants are not classified as cavalry, so the plus 39 versus Worker Elephants is equal to the plus 39 from the other damage the other elephants will obtain. Got it. So that's just more of just a catch-all, I think. Never thought about it. Spearmen flooding down south. Pink's down to 74 villagers. How many Ronin? 16 Ronin. Each one costs 100, so that's 1,600 gold worth of Ronin, which the Roost player could try grabbing that and supplementing his force with some Ronin. That could be nice. But I have no idea what they're good and bad against or what they even look like in Age 4. I have no idea. Mangonels and Bombards before. Getting some great splash damage there, and Pink does back of the game now. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I have time for one last replay for tonight. Oops, wrong button. Let's see. I can do this one or the other one. Let's take a look at this one again. Somebody commented they want to see more Tugol, or however you pronounce that one. Not sure. I don't remember seeing any decent length ones when I was looking browsing, but this one's from a little bit older one, 2-9. Which maybe that replay has now disappeared. Let's take a look at this one here. 2-13. Wait, that's not the right one, is it? He must have changed his name. Oh, well, guess we're going to go for this one here. Looking for, oh, I forgot to write down the map name. 221. There's a fair number of them there. 41 minutes. I think it was a little bit lower. There it is. Malians versus Japanese. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as Blue Mullions, we have a foreign name. Spawn bottom left side as the Orange Japanese, we got Core 7525 on DC for coaching. Why was I thinking downloading? For the letter D. This map is the map of very scarce wood. So this may pose a bit of problem for those who like a wood-based composition. It's also filled with sheeple, but not filled with other natural food sources. Do start with a large gold and stone deposit nearby. Orange does have a small gold behind. Up front for the Mullion player, of course, get a nice large pit mine here. For other pit mines, got these two down here, then probably one of these up here. This map, of course, has groups of 3 deer, so the Mullion player or the Japanese player could go for ×3 professional scouts. Start picking up all the delicious venison across the map. The Japanese player is actually pushing forward with a decent number of spearmen now, realizing. Japanese spearmen pushing forward. This one did take a bit of damage from something. Heading over the pit mine, there's a good number of housing here. These huts can be torched down. They do have 2/3 the health of a regular house. Actually, a little bit more. Got a good number of sheeple here to be led to the glory of battle. Spearmen push way forward. And Japanese players going for a ×5 spearmen in this age. The Mullion player will soon has enough gold to age up, needs more food, and that would be simple enough. Saharan Trade Network could be a decent defensive item. Is he? That's what he's going for? Saharan Trade Network is being established. This is the defensive town center. This also improves all your arrow slit upgrades to javelin upgrades. Access to outpost comes equipped with a javelin defense and placement research. Unlocks javelin placement for outposts. All trader ships. Traders and trade ships attacks will also generate 50% food taxation. With all your outposts, each total outpost provides what, 8%, and you can be taxed 5 times. So 5 times 8 is 40%, if my math is incorrect. And this will give you plus additional 50% food, so it increases the effectiveness of your traders by 60% in total, which is significant. It can also be a little bit higher since this also provides full 100% taxation. So could be, what, 65%? No. 60% plus another... Yeah, I think... Yeah, 65% if my math, or maybe it's 7%. I can't do math right now. 24%, so 64%. Yeah, you really can't do math right now. Yeah, 64% taxation, which is pretty nice. Multiple of these houses are going down. Got multiple outposts going on up to help lock down the region, causing a bit of issues, to say the least. Villagers trying to push forward, torch down this outpost, does cancel it and does start rebuilding the back line. This one's not going to upgrade if arrow slit, will provide a +1 range if it does, though the mine pit itself will still provide a bit of gold. Japanese player has not enough gold to age on up. And once enough gold gets collected, could be either upgrade the shinobi or the storehouse. The storehouse would be very nice to get some farms going. This map can be a bit sparse in wood and food. Though shinobi would mix quite well with his more aggressive playstyle right now. He is going to Kura storehouse. There's a javelin placement to gain some damage there. It has right now 8 tower range, 12 damage, plus 4 versus range. So in other words, don't go for Yumi archers. We got Lords and Musafati Wards are anti-heavy, which they are better than Spearmen in 1v1 combat. I'm so surprised they're going for Musafati Warrior rather than the Donzo. Donzo, of course, has a little bit more health to work with. Of course, Musafati Warriors are faster. And going to push forward for all these units. Does have a bunch of defensive arrows, so probably a good idea to just fight, let the defensive emplacements work, do its magic. Got arrow emplacement over here. In fact, evacuate the spearmen to this emplacement here. And just starts causing more and more attrition. Yep. Backs on all villagers against the side. There's also now arrow placement here. Going for a fortified outpost. That won't be successful. Spearman comes out for a bit of stabbings. Does pull back. Nope, does not pull back the spearman time. Does with those other two. Oh, down to 2 garrisons, so lost. Looks like lost 3 spearmen. Fortified outpost is being upgraded. Does cancel fortified outpost. I think it was a good idea. Not really worth the stone at this point. 13 Musafati warriors on the field, so Yumi archers would be good against them. Problem is, would not be good for all the arrow javelin placements. Those will be sliced apart. We now have the Daimyo mana now being employed in the field. Musafati warriors are gonna fall back now. Of course, Musafati warriors can activate camouflage if they want to get an ambush onto the Yumi archers. So we've got a scout here to spot them. If they were able to camouflage now, then they get a nice ambush onto these Yumi archers. Looks like got some cows been put on the field. Yumi archers do move the same speed as Musafati warriors. They're the cheap archer, but at least they move agile enough. Oops, my apologies, hit my microphone. And of course, bring the Yumi Bannerman does not slow down the formation either. Javelin thrower throwing away. The archer push forward, does get a volley onto that javelin thrower. Has inherent 3 range armor, plus you get +1 range armor, which he is. But that's a Japanese player. Green Players is going for level 2 wheelbarrow. Javelin throwers do get a bit of damage on that archer. Fortune down another set of housing around the mining pit. This one has been fully built and fully encircled. Got these archers moving around, Bannerman and one Spearman. I think the Spearman should be peeled off from the formation. It will slow down the entire formation. Bit of damage there. Archers aren't back on off. You have, of course, the Saharan Trade Network, of course, garrison. Good hits there. Does take up one of the Yumi archers. I forget, does the Saharan Trade Network, does it make the other arrows javelins or arrows for the garrison ones? Can't remember. Doesn't appear to be. Down south. Still got this area being torched on down, but not really a good force for torching stuff down. Exotic Doggo does get put down. More young archers being deployed on the field. Over here, a couple more stables. I'm for more stability in his life. Against javelin throwers, horsemen would probably be a good idea. Got Musafati warriors and horsemen, or not Musafati warriors and javelins. Mine's melted right now. Of course, Musafati warriors are a pretty good combat squad. They do have 8 damage and decent attack speed. Versus horsemen, horsemen have 9 damage, but much slower attack speed of 1.75. So, I think their DPS is similar. Of course, Musafati warriors cost 80 resources. Horsemen cost 120. Of course, have more health, 125, so 30 more hit points. Cost effectively, they may be very similar. Of course, they do have different counter rolls, but one-on-one matchup between the two. I think horsemen will be an adequate item against Musafati warriors, and not to mention, of course, good versus javelin throwers. So I think horseman overall is a good choice against the Malian player at the moment. The Malian player, of course, can deploy Donzo, which are an excellent anti-cavalry unit. Or the Spearman variant that's probably best versus cavalry, if not the heavy Spearman for the Knights Templars. Looks like the boar is being obtained. Of course, Malians, since they're Islamic, eating pig and boar is haram. Though they do have a bunch of delicious cows, when cow meat and cow cheese is better than pig and boar, in my opinion. Orange moving around, trying to find another opportunity to engage. Got a horseman here. We do have various forces reinforcing. Or I can go straight to the pit mine. Force moving around. Got a number of villagers here. Both sides, plenty of villagers at the moment. Of course, the Malians are starting to get out more cows and pit mines. The Malian players' economy should be doing quite well. So we do have level 2 wheelbarrow for the Japanese players. The berries on the map is a bit more easy to collect by a large amount. Javelin throwers are starting to get focused on pretty hard. Does have +1 range armor. No, we do have a Bannerman to support these forces, so they're doing 6 damage per attack, which is very nice. Against the javelin throwers, however, they're only doing 2 damage each. 2 and some damage. One of these cows are not in the farm, so that could be picked on off and tipped over. When it comes to destroyed value, blue has a higher destroyed value. Couple horsemans advance away forward. Of course, javelin throwers do have pretty decent base damage, so they pierce the hides of the horsemen a bit more easily. Well, a good idea for the Japanese to get the +1 range armor either way. Japanese players not building up more horse, or the Malian players not building any more Musafati warriors, just going for javelin throwers. Japanese players going for a handful more horsemans. siege engineers and the +1 melee damage for the Japanese player. Ground throwers are starting to fall on back now. Decent number of forces over here. Wood's being clicked on up. Archers advance way forward. There's this wounded one here, which does get picked off, but these two gets picked off. Looks like I got the circle summoning dance of the battering ram once again. Archer's trying to show that lumber camp who's boss. I'm pretty sure the lumber camp will probably win. Lumber camp has won the fight. Just ignore the javelin throwers. Got some pieces of venison here. Orange before. Good number of horsemen this time. Bombardier Garrison now being employed in the field, which gave him access to 3 Monza units. 2 of which are anti-range. 1 is anti-infantry, upgrade for Moose Fighting Warriors, upgrade for javelin throwers, or a unique infantry unit that's also anti-range, like the javelin thrower. Javelin thrower emplacement for the certain trade network. Let's just use drug up bows for the extra arrows. Bombardier Garrison now pulled in the field. Yep, goes to the Monza Javeliers, which I think gives them poison damage, as other specs. Right now is 79 and 4. Now they're 79 and 4 with poison damage. And of course their movement speed slightly increases to intermediary, somewhere between Moose Fighting Warriors and regular spearmen. I'm not a big fan of a lot of poison effects, because most times the unit's either alive or dead. They're rarely ever in between. So most poison effects are just not super great in my opinion. I think a lot of poison effects should be reworked so it just does bonus damage was heavy immediately. Though in this case for the Monster Javeliers, that may be a little bit overpowered, a little bit too generous. Hard to say, honestly. I usually said that statement back in the context of the Poison Archers, before the Monster Javeliers was a unit in the game. Got some stables now being employed in the field. More Yumi Archers being employed in the build queue. He sees the now Elita Monster Javeliers now being employed in the field. So horsemen still way to go, I would say. Do have now the Yuma Bannerman taking a bit of damage there. Poison actually being useful for once. Of course, got the drop banner there. In this case, with increased movement speed and the ability to poison, is actually going to make them a bit more effective for these horsemen to stutter stepping away. That slight bit of movement speed is actually pretty important when it comes to stutter stepping. Especially for the horsemen, just gives them a little extra room to breathe with. Unupgraded Yumi Archers have 65 health. These Javeliers right now have 12 plus 8, so they do 20 damage per attack and a little bit of possible poison. So 4 of them will one-shot a Yumi Archer. This player has enough gold to age on up, very far on the food-wise. Has a number of farms here, putting up some various berry bushes here and there. Improved wheelbarrows are very nice for that. Right now with what? Plus 25, plus 25, so like they're like plus 50%. Townsend has 2 primary arrows. The Javeliers have 6 range armor, so the extra arrows only do 1 damage each. The primary arrows doing 3 damage each, so those Javeliers can take quite a bit of beating at the moment. Chinese players getting closer age on up. Probably best go to the floating gardens. The Zen priests, I forget what they're called, still not super useful. The amount of villagers in the queue could probably cancel some of these to free up some food. In these smaller scales and skirmishes, the poison damage is actually being useful. It's just in large fights not super useful. Floating gates now being deployed on the field. Horseman slowly picking off some of the Mansa Javeliers, who has a higher destroyed value by about 3,000 value, which is nice. Javeliers, however, are not terribly cheap. They are 120 each, so equal price to a horseman. Veteran horsemen now being researched. Some villages do get hit. Theory, one of them may lead to, yep, one did go down to poison damage inside the town center. Veteran horse now push way forward. The increased health is very important. We also got the human bannerman, who doesn't have horseman movement speed, but should be adequate enough when they are not in formation. More Javeliers being hit. Bannerman want to be peeled off the formation, let the horsemen off their leash. This extra bit of speed is being very useful. A couple moves fighting wars push forward. Of course, the anti-heavy, not anti-cavalry. Need some regular dons over that. Horsemen coming to shanks of the villagers coming in for the shanks of the horsemen, and it looks like it's somewhat successful actually. Rare time where pulling the villagers actually is a good idea. Didn't lose many, or if any. Pit mine here still needs rebuilt. This one is being established. 18 out of 20 cows have been deployed in the field. We do now have the veteran Yumi archers. I don't think that's a good idea, though, with the Musada warriors being put in the field. That bannerman's going down. Yeah, looks like he's starting to eat some of the cows. Saw one cow went down. Yep, eating some cows. Quite delicious. Horsemen starting to go on down. You're now the veteran Yumi archer of research. Berries being obtained over here. Doing a good job cleaning food from the field. And that's where the Holding Garden actually got established. Orange has obtained 2 relics so far. Very nice. Who's pushing forward? A good number of Yumi Archer, or a good number of the Musada Warriors and the Javeliers. 1 Donzo. Well, I best not have the Donzo in this formation. We'll slow down formation. Farm's getting poisoned. +1 range damage being reached by the Japanese player. Going for +1 range armor now. Or +2 range armor, I should say. So it's Diamond Manor, so only 1 banner man can be deployed in the field. Another relic has been picked on up. Orange is playing 2 relics and picked up 2 more. Blue has obtained none and picked up none. Last relic is outside his town center, his capital. Most fire warriors being picked on all. Horsemen pursuing all these Javeliers. I don't think regular mounted samurai would be a good idea. They're far too slow to keep up and pursue this formation. And horsemen are just generally more cost effective versus range either way. And plus some costing gold. Though granted this map is scarce of wood. You have the mounted samurai there, going to be poisoned quite a bit. Orange is pushing his way forward. Good number 4 sailors is holding Blue's entire army to pursue this force. Orange also has half the army rallying on the field than Blue. Saharan trade now, of course, firing away. Second site being obtained by Orange. Good damage there. We do have another second site obtained by Orange. Orange one up north. Captured. The Orange right now is getting a pretty good amount of passive gold income. Right now it's at 800. 16 villages on gold. You now the Daimyo Palace not being queued on up. That got impaled. You have 8 Donzo on the field for the Mullen player, and it's finally going for some sofas. This 40 warriors getting some damage on those horsemen. 6 side here may be decaptured. Your Shinto priest will be impaled. Orange picked up relic number 5. This one there. Donzo will make that Shinto priest extra holy. All 6 sites have been captured by Orange, none of them being neutralized at the moment. But these sofas hitting these villagers now. You've got import armor for the Mullion player now. Good hits there on the Mounted Samurai. Pile of research here by Orange. And still, I think too many unit archers, though they will be good against the Mustafati warriors. Maybe some Mangonels be very nice help deal with the old javelin throwers. Generally, horsemen still probably be good in this situation for the Japanese player. Be effective enough versus the Mustafati warriors while being good counter to the javelin throwers. Right now, Blue has a 5,000 destroyed value lead. Blue's engaged over here. Blue will be intercepted. Enemy archers sort of fall back now. Sofas can get some damage, see some damage. The Japanese counter to the Sofas, of course, will be both the Spearman and the Mounted Archer, the Onomusha. Problem is, Onomusha are not going to be super great in this situation. 7 orange armor for the sofas, while the Yumi archers only have 9 damage wounds, doing 2 damage per arrow against the sofa. Javelin throwers have right now 6 range armor. Five, 15 out of 20 cows. I was not on the garrison this cattle ranch. Oh, it's almost like if Blue's been ejecting cows here and there to be eaten. I wonder if he has a macro for go to find a cattle ranch and eject 1 cow. Could be an interesting macro to have. You do actually now have the Whistling Arrow upgrade for the Onomusha, so he is going to have some Onomusha. One's on the field now. Those forces being cleaned on up. Sofa's down south. Ganora Farms here. Does have Yoshiro inside the capital, which cannot be ejected. That one goes on down. The archers push forward, gets good hits. Over here, got these forces pushing forward. We got now full Shogun Castle, which does have good anti-cavalry damage. 195 health. The rocket would do 110 plus 82, so 92. With the extra arrows, they should be able to reliably finish off the sofas in 1 volley, but just not in 1 shot. Now, so I've got the sofas engaging some of these villagers. New archers engaging these sofas. Looks like the Orange's force is getting completely surrounded and taking a fair amount of losses now. There's a lot of sofas here. He needs some spearmen. His opponent doesn't have any archers in the field, so spearmen will be a decent unit, though Javeliers do have good base damage, like crossbowmen. A mounted samurai being pursued. Right now, Orange is getting quite a bit of a snowball force. Blue has a slight army value advantage, but I feel like Orange is in a dominating position this entire game. Has a higher destroyed value at least. Got now Castle Crow being established by the Japanese player. Very defensive. Of course, get some free shipments here. Good to grab shipments here, but that's probably way too dangerous. Shipment like what, nearly 2,000 resources every 6 minutes, was it? It was like 600 seconds. Or was it 300 seconds? I can't remember. 300 seconds. Elite Samurai, Mounted Samurai being researched. Fort of the Huntress now being researched by the Malian player. Being established right here next to the gold deposit. Very nice. We got some warrior scouts here. Just regular warrior scouts, not even veteran warrior scouts. The veteran warrior scout research is right here. I wonder, did that trader get picked off? I think the Castle Crow trader got picked off there. Because I don't see the income down here, and I don't see the large circle. So I think the Castle Crow Imperial trader went down there. Very good snipe there. We now have the elite Sofa being researched. The Yaki Ari being researched there, +4 melee damage. Cows have been set free. Of course, not hurtable. Second site now being available for blue. Got these forces now engaging. Not a lot of heavies. Do have now the single Onomusha here, which of course gives them potential movement speed increases, which is not important right now. Elite Mounted Samurai just using a high quality to punch through the sofas, particularly since they're not even elite sofas at the moment. Yumi Archers firing away. I'm not going to elite Yumi Archers. Probably just not going to let them just fade away if possible. More of the elite samurai push way forward. Good number of cows been tipped over. He looks like the mulling player is down 11 cows. More Mounted Samurai being summoned. More of the hunters getting some good poison arrow hits there. It looks like blue, I think blue will hold. Got a good number of sofas here engaging the elite samurai that's coming one at a time. One player has plenty of gold sorted up and wood, low on food though. Japanese player has a nice mix of everything, but just consumed everything there, going for straight elite samurai. Mount sofas in the field, probably a good idea to go for some Onomusha. Even if they're not elite, they'll be a bit more cost efficient right now. Blue has held on, but they have similar armor size at the moment. Level 2 mining upgrade for orange. Going for the second site here? Nope, we'll say heading up more north. Going for a mill there to help grind these cow up to thin red paste. That's Fallout New Vegas, because thin red paste is a good perk. Then Good Eats is a super powerful, almost borderline overpowered perk in Fallout New Vegas if you've never tried it before. These guys getting picked on off now. Let's pick off those units there. Oh, got a cannon placement here and a spring gold placement. Oh, and the castle down here gets a good shot, which also does provide a bit of protection for this trade post. These guys trying to back them off. We do have 31 mounted samurai from 9 1 ways, 30 sofas in the field. More tons is probably required at this rate. Of course, it's a much higher army value at the moment. When it comes to civilians in the field, Japanese player has 124, Blue only has 80, and orange kill 47 versus 11. Both players still at one town side of the moment. Orange could eye for another town side to get more Bannerman. But I think 6 Bannerman is probably adequate for the rest of the game. Javelin throwers throwing some javelins. Sofa's being picked on off, so the Mounted Samurai. Sofa's are currently 13 field with 2 more on the build queue. We've got 31 Mounted Samurai with another 11 on the build queue, so the Jet players can keep on going. As food and gold for it. Nothing too major though. For Sofas, Japanese players plenty of gold for 1,000. And the Milan player does back the game now. Saying great, saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and